story time with Grandma Ethel today. Not sure where my dear Jenny is. I had given her a couple jobs, so hopefully she'll be here soon. But I'm excited because today's story, well, it's a big surprise. I don't even know what it's going to be about. We'll have to see what questions little Miss Jenny has for me about me growing up back in the 1900s. Oh, I see her coming now.
Grandma, oh my goodness, Grandma. Look what I found. Isn't this so cool? So I know that you had told me to clean out the attic because, you know, you needed to downsize, but like I found this really cool box and I thought I'd bring it to you right away because it looks super special.
My dear Jenny, I've got the little goose of pimples. I'm so excited. I thought that this box had been lost forever in the Great Flood in '94.
Oh.
I didn't even know that. This was just, my stars.
Well,
I'm just so excited.
Yeah, put your glasses on, Grandma.
We gotta see what's inside this.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, are you ready?
So this was very special to me growing up. It was my special treasure box. We decorated the outside of it because we didn't have any of these fancy boxes now. No, we just used whatever stickers or paint we had laying around.
Wow.
And so this was my box that I kept all my favorite things in.
All right, well, can we take a look, Grandma?
Absolutely, I would love to. I can't even remember what's in here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was my very special favorite stuffed animal. Why are you making that face, darling? This is a very special stuffed animal. It was my favorite from Fraggle Rock.
Oh, okay.
It smells just like Granddaddy's cigars.
Oh, okay. All right then, Grandma.
My favorite toy. That is not what that is for, my darling. It is not a hose. This is a very special toy that we all had called a slinky. Now the slinky, we'd spend hours playing with this. It is not a bracelet, although we would sometimes pretend to wear them as bracelets. But no, the slinky, we play with these for hours. Look at it, you go back and forth and back and forth. Or you set it up on the stairs, and then you set it up and you push it over and it goes down. And then this part comes down. And then it would go down the next stair, and that would come over. And we'd have so much fun. Oh my gosh, the memories. That's a cup from where I went to grade school.
Grade school, wow.
Grade school.
Yeah, it does say established 19. I can't even say that. That's embarrassing, Grandma.
Yeah, this was my very special cup from when I was in grade school. Just a wee little granny. Oh, that's another thing we'd spend hours doing. No, honey, that's a craft.
Oh.
That's a thing called perler beads. And so we would put all these beads, you make them into a fun little shape, fun little color, sometimes a design. And then, if you were real lucky, your mama would let you use the iron, and you would put the iron on there and you just and then it would just melt them all together. It was so fun to see what we could come up with. Oh, so many treasures.
Grandma, what's this all about?
My stars.
Best supporting actress?
This is from when your grandma won an Academy Award.
Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't realize you were. Yeah,
they really liked me.
I wasn't aware that you were such a celebrity.
That's a story for another day, my dear.
Wow.
Oh,
what in the world is this, Grandma?
Oh, my favorite cartoons.
It's got like a bunch of story. Is it a book?
It is not a book. No, my darling. That is a VHS. That is how we would watch
VHS?
Our favorite, a video home service. Yes. Yes. That is what we would watch all our favorite shows on.
What did you do with this?
You would put it in the VCR, the video recording service.
Okay.
And then it would just play. And it would put all your favorite shows whenever you wanted to watch them.
On this stuff?
Yeah.
Like you could see stuff on this?
Yep. It
Don't
comes
you
right up on your TV.
But didn't you just turn on like Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus?
Oh, my sweet Jenny. No, we had 3 TV stations and you just watched whatever was on TV. That was it. So it was super special to get something like this because then you could watch your shows anytime you wanted. You could even get blank ones like that and you could stick it in the little VCR and record your favorite shows off the TV so then you could watch it again and again. Or if you weren't home, then you'd be able to not miss a thing.
Oh.
It was wonderful.
I'm glad that I was not born in the 1900s, Grandma.
Oh, the 1900s were such a simpler time. Oh my goodness. Oh,
This is the last thing in there, Grandma. Why do you have a cross in there with all your other things?
well, my great granddaddy made this for me
Oh,
when I was just a wee little girl, and I just love it. This cross just
it is very
reminds
pretty.
me. Not only does it remind me of my great granddaddy, but it reminds me so much of Jesus's love and forgiveness, and it's just so beautiful that he made it for me for that purpose.
Aw.
Oh, dear sweet Jenny, what a trip down memory lane today. I can't believe you found all these treasures that I just thought were lost forever.
Aw.
I never thought I'd see these again. Oh,
Grandma, I'm so
My
glad
heart.
that you asked me to start cleaning out the attic. Speaking of, I better go back to that job because there's a lot of stuff up there. And if you
Yes.
plan on downsizing, it's going to take a lot more hours of time in that attic.
well, and we'll see what more stories we come out of while you're cleaning out that attic. I bet there's more treasures up there that we haven't even begun to see.
All right, well, Grandma, let's go.
All right.
Always so much fun to find something that once was lost or you thought was gone forever, and then to take a trip down memory lane.
Very helpful to clean your room occasionally and find all those great treasures that you thought had been lost forever.
But how fun for them to go through all of that stuff. Speaking of things being lost, that's what we're going to talk about in our parable today. We're going to talk about the prodigal son who was lost.
Yeah, so this is a story that Jesus used to teach many different things from many different perspectives. But the story he tells us is of a father, an older brother, and a younger son. And the younger son decides that he no longer wants to live at home. He no longer wants to do the work. He no longer wants to be part of that family. He wants his inheritance, which is what money and things are left to the next generation. So when the father would pass away, this is what would go to him. He wanted his share, and he was going to get the heck out of Dodge. He was going out of town. He was going to live up the dream, and he did.
He did.
And he used up all that money, and he used up all that resources to the point where he was essentially eating and sleeping with actual pigs.
I don't know about any of you, but when you see pigs at the farm or at the zoo, it is definitely not a lifestyle that I would I can't even say prefer, because I wouldn't want it at all.
No.
They're messy, stinky, sloppy. The food that they get is all the leftover, nasty, rotten food that nobody can actually eat, but it's just one of those things where you're like, give it to the pigs.
Yeah.
So nothing.
Well, you thankfully came up with that choice and decision way sooner than our son in the story did. But he eventually did get to that where he said, you know what, enough's enough. I'm just going to go home, because even the people that work for my father are treated better than this. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to approach my father. I'm going to ask and beg for forgiveness and see if maybe he'll give me a job. Because then I will still be living better than what I'm living now.
Yeah, so son makes his way home. Father sees his son coming home, and what does the father do? Probably the complete opposite of what the son actually thought his father would do. He runs to him, he hugs him, embraces him, gives him this big welcome home hug, and then turns to all of his workers and servants and says, we're going to throw a party.
We're
My
throwing a big
son
old
is
party."
home. So a big celebration to welcome the son home. I don't think the son was expecting that at all. I think he was expecting to like grovel and beg and plead for, even a servant's position. But here the father basically promotes him above and beyond what he even was before he left.
Yeah. And was everybody super happy about this?
Unfortunately not. No, not everybody had the welcome home mentality that the dad did.
No, unfortunately, the brother was not happy. Luke chapter 15, verse 28 says, the older brother became angry and refused to go in.
Yeah. So in this story, is Jesus really teaching us about, the lost, something that was lost has been found? Not really. The lesson in this story that Jesus is trying to teach is forgiveness, and that it is given freely for everyone. So the son who realized he blew everything by spending all his money, living with the pigs and coming home, he didn't have to earn it or work for it. The dad just ran to him with open arms and said, welcome home, my son. The son who thought he was much better than this son that came home lost, He was angry, he was jealous, he was kind of self-righteous in the fact that he didn't think that the younger brother was deserving of all of this. He also needs forgiveness because he didn't have the right mindset either. I mean, you have to have forgiveness.
Yeah, Jesus uses this story to teach us what forgiveness looks like from different perspectives. From a father who freely offers forgiveness to a son who comes back so sad, so repentant, ready to ask for whatever I can do for forgiveness. And then also from somebody who doesn't even realize that he needs forgiveness. Jesus uses this story to show us how important and how freely offered we can give it. We can follow the example of the Father.
Yeah, so just always remember that no matter what you've done, like the son in the story, or the older brother in the story that thinks he doesn't need forgiveness, just remember that Jesus gives it to you freely and often. As many times as you come asking for forgiveness, it is granted to you because of what Jesus did on the cross. He died to forgive us. He said that sin is on me, and if you come to me asking for forgiveness, it is washed away. It is forgotten. It is no longer. So when that son came home and said, Dad, I'm sorry, the dad didn't dwell on him making bad choices or poor life choices. He loved him. He embraced him. And the son who didn't think he needed forgiveness, well, he soon would learn that he also need to talk to the dad.
Yeah, and he threw a big old party to celebrate.
So in your notebook this week, you're going to want to add the parable of the prodigal son from Luke chapter 15 in your table of contents. But then you're also going to want to flip to your next open pages, and you are going to want to print off the pages that we have for you. So you're going to put yourself in both shoes. You're going to put yourself in the younger brother's shoes as well as the older brother's shoes. And you're going to come up with 2 ways that you're like the younger brother and 2 ways that you're like the older brother. Then on this side, you're going to focus on forgiveness. All the instructions will be in the email for you to go over. We just wanted to make sure that you kind of saw how it goes in your notebook. And then down here, our verse of the week is Isaiah 64:6. You're going to want to write that under the flap so that you have all of these to look on later when your notebook's all done.
Yeah, and of course, if you have any questions at any time, feel free to stop us and ask.
So I'm sure that there's something we can go clean out and find some more lost treasures, just like Grandma Ethel. So we're going to get busy doing that while you guys work on your lessons, and we'll see you next time on a closer look of the parables.